normal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Alrighty, so there's the first one mounted and installed. So we went to a 14.924 from the 12.424. So I dished the rim the opposite way. Look at how much space I have between there now versus how fucking tight it was before. I always had mud packed in there and you're trying to pick it out with a fucking screwdriver. I think this is going to be way fucking better. Might be a little more stress on the final drive like that. But as opposed to it being packed solid with mud in there, jammed up against all the park brake and everything for the hydraulic brakes on the front, I think this is a better trade-off. Plus, is it going to be as much or less stress having a bigger tire so you're not sinking into the mud as much either? What pulls harder, a skinny tire that's always cutting in the mud or a fatter tire that wants to stay above it a little more? So I don't know. We'll find out anyway. Like I said, I'm still looking for a set of duals. I know that's going to be, that'll add way more stress. But if a guy only uses it in the spring and is smart about it, and like I said, what's more or less stress, having a machine that wants to stay buoyant versus a machine that's always pizza cutting through those soft spots? So I don't know. 6 1/2 dozen of another kind of deal, but I think this is the smart decision though right now, getting a little more clearance between my sidewall and that drop box. And then putting these on the front instead of those smooth tires is going to be a big difference too. So, right, boss? What do you figure? You just woke up from your nap. You're kind of crotchety, eh? You mad? I'm gonna get the baby. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Alrighty, talk to you in a few. See all that packed in there? Like, you can't even get that out of there. You can see as much as a guy can clean. You can't get up on top of there though to get that shit out of there. So you tell me what's worse or better for a machine, to always be packed full of fucking mud and shit like that, or to have 3 inches farther out of stress on your final drive. I'm gonna say always packed full of fucking shit like this is worse for it, but maybe I'm dumb, I don't know. My country hasn't nuked Japan or been to the moon. Apparently that's the thing you judge by, according to one guy in the comments. Anyway, get this shit cleaned up and we'll talk to you in a few. Well, went and got Keegan's Jenga blocks, right? And I went and borrowed those from the neighbor. He had a whole pile of those stackable blocks there. I should have got, well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered if I had one more because that was too tall with that one on top. So I still had to kind of get a little bit Western with how this was done. But anyway, it's not too wobbly. Anyway, so the back tires are done. Now we're going to, like I said, take the old back tires, put them on the front. So off to town we go again, right?
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Whoop, whoop. Turn your headlight on. Or is it dead? Holy fuck. We always knew you were bright. Asking if I could clean barley this afternoon, so I told him I guess so. Talk to you here when we get back to the shop. Rob and Amanda shoveled all the shanks out on this morning. I was gone picking up rolls of the seed hose and everything we needed for it. And now Dad and I are just finishing digging their last of the snow out. I dug the casters out with the shovel. And now digging away the rest of the snowbank that's in front of the main frame. Got the hitch undug, uncovered, whatever you want to call it. I think we should be just about ready here to see how many shanks we'll lift, and that'll tell the tale on what we need to do next. So one way or another, this fucking thing's going to be sitting up in front of the shop here before it's dark out. So the next problem we're going to have is it's going to be too fucking muddy out here to get it out. I end up getting stuck with the fucking thing. So tomorrow's supposed to be real warm. Today was warm, but not even half as warm as they're saying tomorrow's going to be. So that's going to bring the thaw on real quick. Anyway. Look at that. Fucking mint. Well, McCormick, we'll see if you got the gumption to get out of here or not after we look at whatever Dad's noticed. Oh. Maybe not. Might have to dig a little bit more here. Ah, there we go. So you're saying the nice thing with the McCormick on there, unlike the 895 or the 835, little less tractor, a little less likely to hurt something if it were to be stuck down a little bit. So well, we got the drill out. I got the tires finished on this. Yeah, I know I said I was going to put them on backwards, but me and the buddy there, the tire guy, the machinist that I get to do make all those fancy pieces for the swather and stuff, that pulley, we got to bullshitting while he was doing it and didn't pay attention and mounted the tire on that way. So the fuck's the difference anyways? This way I can lie and say it's four-wheel drive. So it raised the machine up a little bit, obviously going, well, 2 sizes bigger on the front and 1 size bigger on the back, but it won't, how the hell do I word that? Whatever, the speed is going to be changed by the gearing, but it should still read the proper speed, obviously, because it's reading. Or is that wrong because the tire's bigger? No, it'll probably read, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll all work in the end. It's been a long day. It's too much thinking. Whatever. Tires are on. Gonna be mint. All new filters. Engine oil's changed. Filters are all changed. I gave the cab a good cleaning. I just got to put my toolbox back in. I had to, if you guys remember at the end last year, my auto steer kept disengaging this closest plug here. You can see how that one screws down. It was broke off and loose. And Ryan was the one that said, that's probably that plug. And then lo and behold, it was. So I unbolted that box, took that apart, cleaned it all out because it had some dust in it, and I put some dielectric grease, tightened up the other screw, and then I put a zip tie. And I think it should be good now. It's tight anyways, so we'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to get a new, probably a whole new cable, knowing them, just because the fucking screw's broke, unless I can get an end for it. But anyway, cab's all cleaned out. Smells nice and fresh. Ready to go to work, so. I guess the other thing, the gauge here for your product pressure, the lens on it was cracked and it wasn't going back to 0 anymore. So I ordered a new one. I'll have to wait for that to show up. What else? I don't know if I said or not, but when I changed the fuel filters, I went and fumbled and dropped and smashed the fucking glass part here. So I went over to Grandpa Henry's, and one of those old 750s that he used to farm with, 354 Perkins in it, and had the same fuel filters. So I stole those glass elements off. I took both of them. So I got a spare here for when I go and fucking drop it again one day. Checked my oil in my drop boxes, my diff, greased the driveline, greased as much of the booms as I could reach. I'll have to do the rest once it's unfolded outside. Other than that, I think we're ready to go to the races. So I suppose, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe for more, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you in the next one.